That's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
To go into, if you're fixing, that'd be like if your cable guy came over and fixed the cable and then you noticed there was a whole bunch of new stuff on your DVR. Like, what have you been doing?
Yeah, I don't know if
you're not supposed to use the thing after you fix it. You're just here to fix it. I'm paying you.
That's true. I should ask them about that.
Yeah.
I'm very displeased.
Yeah, I would be very displeased and creeped out, quite frankly. So did you get to watch your Alejandro video?
No, I did not.
Did you just sing it to yourself?
I did. I did. It's a good song.
You like it?
I do very much.
Right.
I know it. I would love to hear it. Eventually, we will get the audio of Jamal Khashoggi, because now they're saying he was butchered while he was still alive and took 7 minutes to die.
Of course, you're talking about the journalist in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
not in Istanbul, in the Saudi Arabian consulate.
Yeah. Yes. And they're saying that I guess that they took him from one room and put him. They said he was dragged from the Saudi consul general's office to a table in a next-door study where he was surgically dismembered.
This is what an anonymous source is saying.
Yeah, someone who's heard it, but the U.S. has been given the audio. Saudi Arabia has been given the audio.
Do we have confirmation on that?
No, but no one's denying it either.
I see.
They're saying that he was not even interrogated, that they were just there to kill him. And then he was finally shut down with a shot with a needle. And hold on, let me put on my fucking old man reading glasses.
Oh my God.
Eyes are getting so bad, dude. I can't even see the little the numbers on my weather app. Not the Apple weather app, but the other one I have, Dark Sky.
I was about to say, those are very big numbers.
No, on Dark Sky, they're small. Really.
Why don't you get actual glasses?
Because I'm a fucking dope. That's why I don't have actual glasses.
Keep going to CVS.
I know, I'm stupid. I'm an old man.
He wants to believe that he doesn't need, like, glasses.
That would be the reason.
These are just casual, like, everybody gets these. It's like,
I'll just get the temporary purple ones.
Yeah, I don't have glasses. I just have my readers. They're just my readers.
Get some glasses.
He needs glasses. You honestly shouldn't be driving. You're at the age now where it's like, oh yeah, old people shouldn't be behind the wheel. Like, you shouldn't be driving.
I wish my hearing didn't work right now. Or my mouth. Shouldn't be driving or trying jokes. Now,
that's you doing both things.
It sure is. Now, the 15 Saudi men, one of them was defined. We've talked about this guy before, Salah Muhammad al-Tubagai. We've discussed him many times.
He's talking about.
Yeah, he's a guy that I've corresponded with.
Al-Tubagai?
Yeah, Al-Tubagai. And they said that he told the guy, put headphones on. He listens to music when he does this.
So he's like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho?
I suppose so.
Do you like Huey Lewis in the News?
And they said that people in the downstairs could hear him screaming. Like, what a fucking horrible, what a rookie job this was.
Yeah, so this is saying that there was no interrogation attempt, because it's not even saying that it was like we were just going to torture him and kidnap him, because what the article says is that the source says that in the audio that apparently exists, they immediately grab him, drag him into this room, and while he's still alive, they start cutting up his body into pieces, which is not something that you do to somebody that you expect to survive.
Throwing out the trash. The bags were taken out after the 9-hour overnight. Oh, that's the
yeah, there's pictures of the
forensic
crew
team, yeah,
coming and going. But yeah, you don't cut a guy up into pieces thinking that, like, okay, we'll just cut a couple body parts off and then we'll bring him into Saudi and question him after that. Like, the only reason to cut body parts off a person in multiples is death.
And to torture them, because why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just choke them? Like, I mean, it's so messy.
Oh yeah, it's torture.
To do it the other way, it really is torture.
Yeah. Now, they talked to our government yesterday, and they're saying that Trump came out and said that this is just like Kavanaugh, that this is another case of guilty until proven innocent, which I don't think even his supporters backed him on.
Can you go?
You know, I don't think anybody is sitting here in America going like, yeah, let's give Saudi a chance. Let's give Saudi Arabia a chance. Like, what is the other possible outcome if Saudi Arabia didn't do something here, even if it is the first story where it was like, it's an interrogation gone wrong, you still, how could you watch Law and Order SVU, right?
I have many times.
Yes. How many interrogations that are true interrogations are like, oh, whoops, we killed a person? It doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
You know, when you're just talking to a person,
it's not a mistake.
You can't accidentally kill a person.
Or dismember them.
Or, yeah.
No one's ever dismembered anyone by accident.
I don't know. He didn't answer our questions, and we cut his feet off, and he was screaming. So he cut his head off so he would stop screaming, and he passed away. It was a total accident.
Why would they do that while people were in the console? It's just psychotic. What a shitty country.
Yeah. Yeah.
And stupid.
Well, yeah, that's what I don't understand.
We're dopes.
On what level did they think that, like, this was going to be able to be quiet?
The Russians at least shoot you with poison. Yeah, anyone thinks that there's no cultural differences in the world. The Russians, with a fucking poison dart in England. The guy was at the bus. Guy with a fucking umbrella came by. Oh, my God, he fell ill 2 weeks later.
Right. Even fucking Kim Jong and his brother. They injected him with something. There was no, so there's
Or it was
mystery.
a mist.
Or
It was
a
a
mist.
mist.
Right.
It was like a mist.
chemical thing.
Got those girls to spray a mist or something. They thought it was a joke they were doing.
Right.
Saudis put you on a conference table and cut you up alive.
While your fiance is outside.
What fucking idiots. Hire someone to shoot the guy.
No, we're just telling him. We'll tell his fiance he went out the back door. No more questions.
What a dumb... They have enough money to basically have the U.S. we're lapdogs for the Saudis. That's what the U.S. is.
That's never been more clear than right now.
We always have been. I really do believe that's why we went into Desert Storm, was to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
We are lapdogs for them. We kind of always have been. They have enough money to pull that off, but not enough money just to have somebody fucking do their dirty work with a journalist.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they should do that, but, I mean, Christ, you don't fucking cut the guy up alive in your own console, you idiots.
Dude, we threatened to cease trading with Canada. Canada doesn't murder people, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Canada was like was going to be an enemy.
Yeah.
But apparently, if you spend enough money, you can literally get away with anything. I mean, it's insane. Now, again, it might not be, the Apple Watch story.
Ugh.
You would think, though, there would be severe denials of this, right? If it wasn't at least partially true.
Yeah, they can't. There's forensics.
Yeah.
You don't. By the way, that guy should be fired. Whoever cut somebody up alive on a conference table, he should be fired.
You don't think that was part of the plan?
I don't know.
Dude, if this guy got cut up, if what the article says today is true, if this guy got cut up and people heard it and the guy put on headphones and the whole thing was happening, it's not rogue.
Right.
Right? You don't cut a guy up. If you live in Saudi Arabia and there's an enemy of the kingdom, right? You're going to say the government, but it's the royal kingdom. If there's an enemy of the kingdom and you're a hitman and you're going to cut this guy up, you're not acting independently.
Right.
You don't do that. You don't sit there and be like, the prince said we should just talk to him. I'm going to go ahead and I've decided. I think he'll be happier if I cut him up. There's no independent thinking.
Of course not. Not that way.
Not that way. If you fuck up, maybe there's at least plausible deniability. There's at least a conversation. Saudi Arabia would still be responsible for it. But if it was a fuck up, then it's like, okay, maybe the prince really, or the king or whoever it was, really didn't plan on this happening.
I can't fucking believe this happened. It's so crazy.
It's crazy. It's something out of a movie.
Yeah.
You see, he lived in Virginia.
When they pull you into you probably can't believe that they're taking you in the console. And when you realize, oh my God, I'm being killed.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I came in to get
Papers. She's outside.
wedding papers.
And he probably died being afraid they were going to grab her too.
Yeah, although he might have known they're not going to go outside. He might have said, stay out here.
Yeah.
Because I know, number one, they're not going to grab you if you're outside because, when you're in the consulate, that's Saudi Arabian territory. But the minute you step outside, now you're in Istanbul.
It's Saudi territory, but if you're committing a murder, then the Turkish police can go in.
Yeah. You can't dismember people.
Yeah,
say this is state business.
Yeah, this whole thing of it's your territory. It's like diplomatic immunity. You can't drunk drive and run somebody over and not get arrested.
Right.
There's certain things it doesn't cover.
Especially if it's like a resident. It's a journalist, a Washington Post columnist, a resident of the U.S. who's in Istanbul, happens to be in this building.
What a stupid country.
But he probably leaves her outside, number one, because they're not going to fuck with you if you're outside. But number two, they're not going to be stupid enough to fuck with me if they know that you're outside. Like, there's probably some nerves going in, but he's like, look, you stay out here. They know you're out here. They're not going to let me not come back out the front door if they know you're waiting for me.
He probably didn't think that they would have the audacity to do that.
Yeah. It would become a international, crazy, movie-worthy story if they did anything like that. That's not going to happen.
Are they just that stupid and arrogant that they thought nobody would notice?
I don't know, man. That's why it's tough to believe. I mean, I could believe it. but it's tough to believe that the story that the anonymous witness with the Apple Watch audio is saying, just because the sheer audacity of cutting a guy up like that
While he's alive.
And his fiance's outside. The insanity of that, you wouldn't think, it's not something you understand. So I'd like to believe that the story about them fucking up is at least it explains why they thought they could get away with it.
Then again, the prince. Do you think the prince knows they're going to chop a guy up alive in their own embassy? Like
Yes.
the prince. I don't know if the prince wouldn't sign off on that. I kind of believe that he wouldn't.
Dude, they wouldn't do it then.
No,
There's no way that they would take that. They would get killed.
They might say you're in charge of taking care of this problem. Take care of this problem, meaning kill him.
There's no independent.
No one thinks you're going to chop a guy up alive in your own embassy. It's too messy. It's crazy.
But that's why they wouldn't do it on their own. I don't believe for a second. If they did this and it wasn't a fuck up, the only reason they would chop this guy up on their own is if they killed him by mistake and then wanted to chop him up to hide the evidence. If they chopped him up while he was still alive, there's no way they did that on their own.
I disagree. I'll tell you why. I bet you that one of the guys killing him is one of the guys he was making look bad by what he was doing. I'll bet you because he was like some Saudi insider, and one of the guys involved.
Like he had a personal vendetta.
Or just like this guy's making me look like an asshole because he's out blabbing. And I don't know why I feel that way, but I just don't think that the prince would sign off on it. He's a modern guy. The last thing he needs is to have somebody tortured and dismembered in his own embassy. It doesn't make sense.
No, really, you're right about it not making sense. But it also, I mean, you pick the 15 people that you're going to fly in because they'll get the job done, not in an emotional way, but in a way where it's like, this is the job we need to get done.
He might have said shoot him with, fucking give him a poisoned donut.
Well, I mean, but that guy if he wasn't following the prince's orders and he cut a guy up while he was still alive and now it's this story, that guy's dead as a doornail.
Yeah, he is. Somebody in Joe in Illinois has a good point, which he's correct.
Let's go to Joe. What's going on, Joe?
Hey, guys, you're missing the obvious, and the obvious is culturally in Saudi Arabia, they deal with people by chopping them up. They have chop square with it.
Do they chop them up? And I'm asking you, do they chop them up while they're still alive?
Yes, in order to have them executed, they take them out into the middle of Chop Square. They have a bunch of people that come and witness it, and they cut their heads off.
So Neil deGrasse Tyson, if he were in Saudi Arabia, he would absolutely believe this was happening because they bring them into the middle of the town square to do it.
They do. And they behead.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually...
They behead the people.
Thank you, Joe.
It's a very... Oh, sorry, buddy, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's cultural. It's no different than in the United States. We shoot people.
Yeah,
or with guns. Over there, they cut people up with swords and knives. It's been going on for centuries. But anyway, good show, guys.
Thanks, bud.
It's actually not a... Yeah, they do it with a sword. The guy leans over, and they just chop your head off with one swing of the sword. It's very fast. It's actually not that bad at death compared to electrocution.
Maybe. There's no way they chopped that guy up, in my opinion, without the prince knowing. Maybe the part that the prince wasn't aware of, if it happened, maybe the part that the prince wasn't aware of was that the fiance would be outside. Because that does make a big difference. If the fiance is outside, now it's... So maybe they all didn't realize that there was going to be somebody outside waiting for him. And that's what really changed the whole thing. Because otherwise you could just say, he never even came in.
Yeah.
Right?
You could deny it. Just keep.
I mean, you got the video footage, but yeah, exactly. Keep it. Yeah, maybe they didn't realize the fiance would be outside.
What a terrible move.
Terrible move.
A terrible blunder.
But apparently, this is just another case of guilty until proven innocent. We're all being way too hard on the Saudis.
Mark in Iowa is saying I'm wrong. Maybe I am.
I think you are, but I don't know what Mark is saying. I didn't even look at the phone screen. What's up, Mark?
Hi, Mark.
Hey, guys. Hey,
oh, hi,
Jim,
Mark.
I think you're incorrect. Hey, I was a U.S. Embassy guard in the Marine Corps for 3 years in Gabon and in Belgium, and we considered the U.S. Embassy or the U.S. Consulate to be sovereign U.S. territory. And I think every other embassy and consulate in the world is considered the same thing.
So basically,
to invade the embassy would be like invading the country.
So if there is a...
Exactly. It would it would be like the Saudi police walking in, down the street in New York and just grabbing somebody.
So if there's a murder happening and they know it's happening, they can't go in and stop it?
Nope, they cannot go in and stop it. That is Saudi Arabia.
I think that's true. It would be like Mark's saying, it would be like knowing there's going to be a murder in Saudi Arabia and having the police from Istanbul fly to Saudi Arabia to stop it.
I don't know.
I mean, that's why you can't get, what's his name, WikiLeaks is stuck away in that building. That's why they would love to go in.
Yeah, you know what, Julian Assange, that's a good point. Yeah, you're probably right. Only the Marine guy would know. Thanks, Mark.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. Yeah, the Marine would know more than me. I'm just speculating.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, because logically you would think, okay, we're people here. This is just a building. It's just it's brick and mortar. If we know something horrible is going in, we can go in. But because of the laws we've set up,
well, they're letting the Turkish. This is why I think the prince might not be involved, because if that's true, that kind of proves the prince and the king aren't involved, because they're allowing the Turkish investigators to go in, forensic teams.
Yeah, after they cleaned up and painted the walls.
Wait, when did they paint the walls?
You didn't hear about them painting the walls?
No, I did not.
That's the news story. Is right after painters came in and painted the walls.
Oh,
you read about that, right, Travis?
Yeah, that was like yesterday, like right after the show. Or
you know what? Jason in South Carolina. Thank you.
He had the same
thing. You know what?
Yeah,
I didn't know that happened. Okay.
I've been pretty obsessed with this story. I've been reading like a lot, because it is just...
I painted my walls recently.
Yeah, but that wasn't it was a different fluid that you were painting over.
No, it wasn't. Oh. Right, it was coming.
What's up, Jason?
Jim just said it. I saw on the morning on the news this morning. They literally painted the fucking wall in the room to cover something up.
Yeah,
luminol or maybe they stripped down the old paint.
Dude, you're talking about. Thank you, Jason. You're talking about a place that is so audacious that they killed a guy on a table in the consulate. You don't think that go ahead and investigate. We'll just throw money at it. They think they can get away with anything.
But who is in charge of the embassy who got the painters? Like, is that someone who just runs the embassy? Is the same guy there? Like, who said you're going to come in and paint this place? They painted after the world was already looking into this?
No, I think they painted right after. I think they painted like the day after.
This happened like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. That's October 2nd. Yeah, you're correct.
I think it happened. I think they painted the day after or the night of or whatever it was. Yeah. And you don't paint an embassy.
That's right.
Unless you have the government saying, go paint that embassy. Like somebody has to make a call long distance from Saudi Arabia to say, paint our embassy.
And you know what?
Istanbul is not responsible for the painting of those walls.
No, but whoever's in charge of this operation just gets the room painted. You don't, the prince isn't going to say paint the embassy. That's something that you know to do. It's almost like...
He's going to say, just...
do the job.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced the prince is involved.
Dude.
I'm not. I'm not saying he's not, but I want to see what they...
I could see painting the walls without the prince's permission. You don't chop a guy up without the prince's permission. It just doesn't happen. There's no way.
I don't know about that. It's too sloppy. It's too fucking sloppy.
Yeah, unless things really went wrong and they're like, let's just do this, we'll explain later.
Yeah, it's too sloppy. They might have said, I want you to kill him somehow, and something went wrong. Because there's no way the prince says, chop this guy up alive in the embassy.
That's why I don't believe necessarily every detail of this story about the Apple Watch audio. I mean, I just don't, if they chopped it, because if they chopped him up alive, they didn't do it without the prince's permission. But it doesn't make sense that the prince would give permission to chop him up alive.
Well, then they did it without his permission, because the U.S. has audio of this. I do believe...
Well, that's what this anonymous source is. The U.S. has not said they have audio of it. In fact, the U.S. has said, well, let's give him his day in court. Let's, Well,
the U.S. is saying let's give the prince and the king their day in court. They're not saying that this didn't happen. And they're also saying that the one guy said, I listen to music when I do this job. Like...
That's what the anonymous source says.
That's a weird thing.
That's not the U.S. saying.
No, right. Yeah. The anonymous, that's a weird fact to make up. That the guy is screaming, and then all of a sudden he stopped, and the one guy said something about putting headphones on. I listen to music when I do this job. That's not something you make up. That's a weird fact to fucking throw in there.
But you also don't send the town guy who chops bodies up and wears headphones to do a job where you don't want a body chopped up while a guy wears headphones. If this is the job this guy does, he's like, I have a habit of wearing headphones while I chop up bodies. He's a terrible person to send to do this job, unless you want a body chopped up while that guy wears headphones.
But the prince still, he may be just the guy who takes care of everything.
Dude.
He may take care of everything. They might not have even known they were going to do it in the embassy. They may have said he's going to be... We know he's going to be in the embassy. We know where he's going to be, so make it happen. I just don't believe that the prince is stupid enough to say chop him up alive in the fucking embassy.
Well, if you believe the story that this was just a kidnapping gone wrong, then it's plausible to believe that the king or the prince didn't know that they were going to kill him. You know, if their original plan was to kidnap him and get him out of the country, so that they would leave him alone, and then it went wrong, and they ended up killing him.
Now, how about
then it's plausible that the prince didn't know.
But how about this theory, though? What if the original plan was to send the guy in there who wears headphones and chops up bodies, to put his headphones on and chop up that body while the guy was alive? But the prince said, here's the plan. I want that guy chopped up while he's alive because I just hate him. But we're going to tell people, if anybody finds out, this is our cover, that it went wrong.
No, to be honest, he was probably supposed to be brought back to Saudi Arabia. There's no way you do that in an embassy when you have to get them, but you could just do it in Saudi Arabia and have free range to torture him, get information. There's no way. Something fucked up.
It's tougher to take a whole body that's alive out of a consulate than it is to just bring out the parts.
Well, if you kidnap him, it is harder to do that, but there's a way to back a van up. I mean,
the pieces are always easier.
Yeah.
To break it up and then, it's like, when you get a big block of ice. I'd rather just bring the cubes out.
That's true.
You can make a couple trips.
They found certain evidence he was killed in the building. Turkish official police, they believe he was dismembered. Saudi consul flew out of Turkey hours before his residence was to be searched. The Saudi consul, of course. This fucking piece of shit cunt. They just fly everybody out and people just let them go. After 9/11, they all flew out.
Right.
The worst. The fucking worst.
Somebody messed up.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting fired, or at the very least suspended.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Super secret double probation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Let's see if the Saudi. Let's see if they send the consul back.
What do you mean?
Well, the Saudi consul,
Building?
whoever the guy is.
How do you fly the building back?
Well, they said the Saudi consul flew out of Turkey hours before his residence was to be searched.
Oh, so you're saying, let's see if they're not going to send him back.
Of course they're not.
No, he's protected.
Of course.
He's right there. He's right there where he should be. So do you think he was chopped up alive? You believe the account?
Sure do. Yeah, I've seen footage of people chopped up alive. Yes, they do it.
Well, no, I don't think that they don't do it. And I also don't support you watching footage of bodies being chopped up alive.
Are you going to watch this? If the video comes out?
There's no video, but I would, sure.
Well, we don't know that.
I mean, this is a big news story. Of course I would.
You don't watch half the videos for big news stories.
There's no. Well, Shilloff wouldn't put it in the prep. There's audio. The audio will probably come out eventually. If there's audio of this, it will come out.
And you'll listen to it?
Yeah. You would listen to it?
No way.
No, I have no interest in listening to that.
Me neither.
No.
You want to know what happened?
I don't want to be desensitized to that kind of thing.
They'll say what happened.
Yeah.
They'll let me know.
I speak Arabic, so I would want to hear what they said.
That makes sense then.
That does. You want to hear him say, I like to put my headphones on when I do this.
What he listens to.
Yeah.
Probably awful music. Wham.
Probably Alejandro.
Let's go to Scott on Rhode Island. What's up, Scott?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Just touching base. One of the 15 guys that was flown in, and they wrote about it. They have his name. The guy was a coroner who was a mobile coroner. He wrote books on it. So basically, he could disassemble a whole body within 10 minutes.
Why would they fly a body disassembler in if they didn't want to disassemble a body?
Yeah, that's a good point, maybe.
And he was on the table screaming, no, disassemble, no, disassemble.
There's going to be blood all over the console. Allahu Akbar, Sam!
This is the only show that takes this story and within 30 seconds slams in references to Quincy and Short Circuit.
It was there for paperwork. They put the body on top of the table.
Who is going to solve the mystery of what happened in the consulate? Bring in Quincy.
The murderous screams. The women are driving, Sam.
Why would you chop a body up of a guy whose fiance's right outside?
They painted the walls. Luminol won't even help. Allahu Akbar, Sam.
Are you Muslim, Quincy?
It's just it's tied in with the embassy.
Oh, I see.
Sovereign soil.
I see. Is that how you got in here to investigate? You had to transfer over to Islam?
It's the only way you're allowed in the building. I just said, Allahu Akbar, and they said he's one of us.
I see. I see. Just like when you got into the punk club. You didn't pretend you were a punker.
Yes,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
There's an update, by the way.
Oh, boy.
The Saudi general consul to Turkey can reportedly be heard telling the hit squad, accused of being flown into murder, blah, 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 to kill the journalist outside. He said that it's getting too messy. Do this outside, you're going to get me in trouble.
Oh, so maybe they were...
Wow.
Wow.
He's heard telling the hit squad as they cut off journalists' fingers one by one.
Wow.
As it's confirmed that Crown Prince's bodyguard is a suspect.
Wow.
You're going to get me in trouble means that he wasn't supposed to get killed inside that embassy.
So they cut off his fingers one by one.
That would stink, because you're sitting there being like, okay, maybe I get out of this, but once your fingers start getting cut off,
they're killing me.
number one, your hand hurts so bad.
Because he wrote things that they didn't like.
Right.
He allegedly
yeah, you're right. He can't hold a pen anymore or type.
He allegedly tells the men they will get him into trouble if they torture him inside the consulate. It sounds like such a kid thing to say.
Yeah, you guys are going to get me in trouble.
Guys.
I'm going to get grounded.
Yeah, but you're smiling. I know you want us to keep doing it. You're smiling.
To which they responded, "Shut up if you want to live." That sounds like poorly written action.
Wait,
movie.
they responded to who?
They responded to the general consul, "Shut up if you want to live."
When they responded and said that, did they sound like Shitloaf doing a bad accent? Because that sounds like his production, right?
Give me the gun.
Yeah.
I will do it.
Shut up if you want to live. Yeah, so maybe
There was a fingernail under the chair, Sam. I found a finger with a ring on it.
they painted the whole place but didn't pick up the finger.
It was sloppy.
So maybe the coroner was sent, you know, and he was like, okay, let's just, you know, do what we have to do here. And then all these hitmen were like, we just love cutting people up so much. You shut the fuck up, nerd.
Open the console door. Detective Monahan.
He came too.
Yes, he did. Gee, Quince, I don't know. Speed from The Odd Couple.
What are those guys doing in Istanbul?
Oh, they're very good investigators.
Oh, I see. They were flown in.
Wow. That is a fucking cutting his fingers off one by one. I've seen that done too. That's really
Why would you
awful.
watch that, dude?
I didn't think it was. I had to.
What, YouTube goes down? You can't watch the Alejandro videos?
Not yesterday. This is a long time ago.
I see.
4 of the suspects are linked to the Crown Prince's security detail, and a 5th, who I believe is who the caller was talking about, is a high-level forensic doctor.
Okay, if the Secret Service, goes in, and they kill creepy porn lawyer, let's say.
Right.
You don't think that Trump would get in a shit ton of trouble for that?
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because even if they were like, well, I didn't give the order, I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, come on. That's your enemy. These guys are connected to you. It is what it is.
When they're cutting your fingers off in the embassy, you know you're dead. Like
yeah.
I mean, you probably can't believe that they're going to do it. Like, I'm in the embassy, she's outside.
Because it's like, they're not going to let me leave this embassy with no fingers, because then people are going to know that they cut my fingers off. I'm Dunsky.
Yeah, you got to know you're dead. 7 minutes for him to die.
And then he was like, how am I going to sign the fucking marriage paperwork now? I got no fingers.
A witness downstairs heard horrendous screams.
But the guy had headphones on, so he didn't notice how horrendous they were.
That's the consul himself was taken out of the room.
Right. Because these guys weren't. They came to do what they came to do.
Let's see. That guy, Salad Mohammed, Tubegi.
That's it.
He looks like a guy who cuts your fucking fingers off.
Would you be bummed out if you went in there to sign some paperwork and they were like, oh, right in this room?
Yes.
And you walked in and there's just 15 guys looking at you?
Every time there's a fucking
shit.
Saudi national you never want to see.
Yeah.
15 of the 19 were Saudi nationals.
Honey, I'll be fine. They're not going to do anything in the consulate.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Cut my fingers off for 7 minutes?
She was like,
what are they going to do? Dissolve me in acid?
Yeah, what are they going to do? Chop me up and then repaint right away and the U.S. will do nothing because they're fucking cowards?
she's like, baby, you're a journalist. They did 9/11 and the U.S. attacked Iraq instead of them. Yeah. Like, they can get away with anything.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
The U.S. let them fly out.
They did 9/11.
Yeah. Nice, not conspiracy theorists, but
Right.
you know what? They made some good points about the fucking Saudis being allowed to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
But that guy does not play fucking games.
no.
There's no compromise in that face.
No, he's there on a mission.
When you look like a murderer walking through the airport, you're a fucking murderer.
He's like, I'm here on a mission. My mission involves headphones, and you're like, okay. And he's like, and dismembering, and you're like, ah, shit.
Man, these guys, well, he has some nasty... Tom and Philly, I don't even know if I agree with this.
I do not agree with it. What's up, Tom?
Hey, good morning, Jim.
Hey,
World Police Sammy there.
Fuck yeah! What'd you say, Tom?
This has nothing to do with us. I don't know what the story is. I'm sure it's all fake, misleading news. I'm not going to say fake news. It's misleading news. We have nothing to do with it. What news people do we have in Saudi Arabia that are giving all this inside information?
All right, I'd say...
No good.
Tom, he's definitely dead.
Yeah.
He's definitely an American resident, and he definitely was a columnist for the Washington Post.
Yeah, he was writing for the Post, and it is a big deal, dude. It's one of those things where if that can happen, and they're our ally, and we sanction other countries, why shouldn't we threaten to sanction them if they did this?
Jim, I don't want Sam's let him in style to influence you. He's defending another person that's in this country for whatever stupid reason, has nothing to do with us. Then Sam references we're gonna embargo Canada. Who cares? What are we not gonna have syrup? We'll make fake syrup. It doesn't matter. Nobody can tell.
That is true.
Did he just say syrupal mape?
He might have. Yes,
I think
he's
he
nervous.
said syrupal mape.
But I do understand what he's saying. That Canada really doesn't. A trade embargo against Canada doesn't hurt us at all.
No, but what I'm
We
saying...
do $37 a year worth of business with Canada.
and that's Canadian dollars.
All right, Tom.
Nice.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I would say that in this world, a person, if you're a company doing business with another company, you should probably kind of monitor what that company does. If you're a country doing business with another country, you should probably monitor that. I know that we really want to sell them weapons, and we really don't want them to buy weapons from China and Russia. But let them buy the shitty Russian weapons.
The fact is that they say, shut up if you want to live. Probably meaning the prince will kill you, not that they would kill the general consul. But how connected are those guys if they can speak that way to the fucking general consul? Well, then again, they're killing somebody in this building.
Yeah.
I guess they're there on the order. Maybe they were there on orders for the prince. You know what?
I believe.
If they're confident enough to do that,
Yeah.
and to tell him to shut up, we're going to kill him where we want to, and cut his fingers off one by one because of the things he was writing.
This is a dictatorship monarchy. Like, there's not a lot of independent action going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't happen.
I just don't know if the prince knew they were going to do it that way. He may have said, get rid of this problem.
He probably...
And they might have done it just so they could tell him we could have, he paid for what he wrote.
You did what? I thought you'd be happy.
Yeah.
I thought no, we did because you didn't like him, right? And he's like, I didn't want you to fucking do it in the room. What are you
God, that
doing?
must have hurt so much.
Sneak him out of there. Throw him on a plane. You can cut him up on the plane. Nobody will hear.
Cutting him up alive. And then the screams got to be too much, and then they inject him.
Dude.
Can you imagine when you're getting out of the car from your fiance, and you're like, you got to go in there. You're a little nervous. It is Saudi soil.
There's a reason why she was out there.
Imagine if you walk in and you have no idea that I actually have my fingers are only going to be on my hand for 3.5 more minutes. Like you have no way of knowing that your fingers are going to be off of your hand in a minute.
You sit there and you go, I'm probably... These are some of my worst fears. I'm probably exaggerating. I'm probably a little too nervous. And then you go, you're like, just wait out here just in case. But, I got all these things in my head. And then you go in, and you're like, within 5 minutes, oh my God, all of my worst fears and the stuff that I thought I was being paranoid about, all of it was true. It's happening right now. And there's no escaping because also 2 of my fingers are already gone.
At what moment do you know that it's about to happen? Like, was he in an office getting paperwork and they said, come, sit? They probably didn't drag him the second he walked in. They probably sat him in an office and they took him out of one room and put him in another one.
They probably told him to go into a room. And he was like, yeah, okay, that sounds fine.
Would you like to hold anything?
Oh, yeah, because you don't have your phone with you. You're not allowed to bring a phone into this. That's why his phone was in the car.
They were probably like, okay, we're going into... Just go into that room. Like, this is where you have to go into. Okay. And then he goes into the room, and all those guys are in there. There was probably a moment where he went into a room, and he saw all these guys, and he realized, oh, no.
Or he thought he had the wrong room.
Yeah, they must have told me...
No, this is not where I get the papers.
And then they told him, no. This is the right room.
And then all those guys came in. How, did those guys just walk in one by one, or were they waiting for him in the room?
Are you guys waiting for the same thing as me?
Are you guys waiting for paperwork? Oh, no. I
didn't know there was
recognize
gonna
you.
be a line.
Yeah, you're the coroner. That's not good.
Yeah, because he's an insider, so you probably recognize some of these people.
Oh, my God. Yeah, when he saw fucking Salah Muhammad, he was probably like, oh, boy, this is not good.
You got married too?
Yeah. Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, I shouldn't have wrote that stuff. Did he write anything about Salah Muhammad?
I mean, I don't know.
Can we look that up? Like look up, not every word of his articles, but maybe look up his article and see, did he write anything about Salah Muhammad that he personally wanted to chop his fingers off for?
That would probably take a lot of time to find.
We can still find something.
Yeah, Troy's got
it. New York Mike.
Mike.
Hey, I'm glad you guys signed, man. I love you guys.
We haven't signed yet.
Jim, you were awesome yesterday afternoon yesterday morning with the socialism. I was proud of you.
Thank you.
But, this thing with this reporter, people don't seem to understand. This was sending a message. Pure and simple. They could have done it 1,000 different ways to kill this guy. Like taking a needle and put a needle would just hit pure oxygen in his artery vein and give him a heart attack. Because, he had a heart attack, come visiting us.
Yeah.
We don't know what to do and everything. No, this was sending a message. Sending that you don't write shit about us. And this is what's going to happen to you. I really believe the prince. I think it's also a message to Donald Trump to see how far they could get away with him if he really is an alpha male. With the $150 billion thing that they just signed with Sam just said. So I don't think this story is going to go away. This is like you said, Jim. This is huge and everything. I love you, cocksuckers, man. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. He might be right, too. The Saudis may have underestimated how much outrage this would cause.
I believe that's true.
They may have, thank you. They may have no idea that this would become an international story the way it was. They may have thought, hey, it's Turkey, it's us, it's our business.
Yeah, we can get away with whatever we want. We'll throw money at it.
We'll deny that he came in the embassy. We'll kill the footage, and that's it. Not knowing that his girl, they might not have known she was out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's plausible, if not likely.
Oh, yeah, sorry. After Utabi, what his guy said, do it somewhere else outside or I will be in trouble. He was told, shut up if you want to live when you are back in Arabia. So shut up if you want to live when you're back in Arabia.
Yeah.
Wow. He returned to Saudi Arabia on the 16th. But then again, the guy was killed the second. Before Turkish police searched his residence, of course.
Yeah.
He was dissected in 7 minutes.
It's
he's a forensic expert. That guy Salah Muhammad is the guy who's the forensic expert.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a fucking forensics expert.
You can't judge a book by its cover,
You really
Jim.
can't. Wow, listens to music while dissecting the body. Maybe the guy was dead.
Wake me up before you go.
Wow, 2 planes. 15 Saudis who had arrived in 2 planes entered the consulate while he was inside. The group, which left Turkey on the same day, included Saudi intelligence officers and royal guards.
This doesn't look great for us that we haven't been harder on this already.
Well, I think it's fair to say, you have to see what the investigation says.
But we're going beyond that. I mean, Trump literally said this is another case of guilty until proven innocent, just like Kavanaugh.
See what happens.
That's not what he said. He didn't say.
No, I'm saying see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think that he's wrong just to see what happens. Again, he's going to be forced to do something.
But what do you think of that? Saying that this is guilty until proven innocent, like he's acting like, this is not right. What's going on?
He's right when he's saying it's guilty till proven innocent. You have to. There's audio of it. The investigation will uncover what's going to happen, what happened, and then we'll act.
But don't you think he should be sitting there going like, if this is true, this is bad. Not, hey guys, let's relax a little.
Yeah, maybe you could say that.
Instead of pointing out that, like, hey, they do a lot of business with us.
Our relationship with this country has made me sick for 15 years.
Right.
Let's not complaining about this. So
let's not pretend that the relationship with Saudi is Trump's doing.
No,
right?
it's not. And Trump is just...
It's been decades.
Trump is just all other politicians naked. He's just hiding who he really... Like when he said to Leslie Stahl, I'm president, you're not. Do you think Obama and Nixon and Reagan didn't want to say that to somebody? Every president wants to go, I'm president, you're not.
You're right, so stop it, stop. This
Shut
is
up,
what
bitch.
we're doing. I'm the boss.
Every woman that accused Clinton, you think he'd want to come out and call one of them horse face on Twitter?
He almost did on the Today Show. Like, he's finally, yeah, you're right.
I wish that fat pig would shut up.
Yeah.
Of course, these guys all want to say stuff like that, but Trump just does. So when it comes to Saudi Arabia, he just doesn't, he's not as eloquent. Yeah, it's another Kavanaugh, innocent till proven, guilty till proven innocent. You know, he'll be forced to do something.
He really wants Saudi Arabia.
He wants them to be innocent.
He wants them to be innocent.
But everyone would. Obama would want them to be innocent. Bush would want them to. Every fucking U.S. president would want these guys to be innocent because they pump so much money into the economy.
That's true. At least Trump is going after the real enemies, though. Horseface.
Yes, that's true.
His tweet yesterday.
It's my favorite tweet that anybody's ever said.
He sent the tweet that went out. You loved it so much you texted me.
I went bananas when I saw
this tweet.
I went bananas.
He tweeted out, in quotes, federal judge throws out Stormy Daniels' lawsuit versus Trump. Trump is entitled to full legal fees at Fox News. Then he wrote, great. Now I can go after Horseface and her third-rate lawyer in the great state of Texas. She will confirm the letter she signed. She knows nothing about me, a total con.
Oh, he spelled that last word wrong.
He went from... He was so... I got it. Okay. He was so happy that he won the defamation.
Loaded.
That he was like, not only am I going to say that you're a con now, but also you are Horseface.
And this is why Michael Avenatti stinks. I get that she's your client and you're protecting her, but the whole thing about coming right out, he's a misogynist to speak that way about a woman. Shut the fuck up. Because in this one, and I love Stormy Daniels' response. She called him tiny.
Yeah.
She made fun of his dick. Good for her.
Yeah.
But she wrote a book. She was bashing his dick. Said he had a small dick, a mushroom head. He was not good in bed. All this shit she's bashing him for physically. Then he comes out and makes fun of her appearance, and all of a sudden it's wrong to make fun of a woman's appearance. Hate Trump all you want, but if he calls her horseface, let's stop with he's a misogynist for calling her horseface when she's been attacking his dick the whole time. I know he's the president. It's inappropriate. I got it.
Right, you call him out for being non-presidential.
Yeah, but don't stop with this fucking, he's a misogynist for attacking the appearance of a woman. All she did was attack his dick.
She said, and
it was very funny, her response.
Avenatti said, you are disgusting misogynist and an embarrassment to the United States. Bring everything you have because we are going to demonstrate to the world what a complete shyster and liar you are. How many other women did you cheat on your wife with while you had a baby at home? Avenatti's not going to win a case against Donald Trump.
No, he's not.
And then, I like Stormy Daniels' response. I just love that this back and forth is happening.
I love her.
She wrote, ladies and gentlemen, may I present you president? That's great. And then she wrote, in addition to his shortcomings, he has demonstrated his incompetence, hatred of women, and lack of self-control on Twitter again. And perhaps a penchant for bestiality. Game on, Tiny.
It's fucking great.
She's saying, this guy...
Hatred of women I didn't like just because he's calling you horseface. Stop.
But, the emphasis here is non-presidential, tiny dicked guy who might fuck horses.
Yeah. It's very funny. So, I mean, she's certainly... she's not going away. She's great. I just didn't like the whole, maybe it wasn't Avenatti. Maybe it was other people that said, talking about the appearance of a woman. Shut the fuck up. When she was saying the stuff about his dick that she was saying. Yeah. And I'm fine with her saying that. Fuck his dick. I don't care about his dick, but don't...
I do. I want to know all about it.
I'd love to know about it, but I'm not offended that she made fun of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But it is just very funny to turn on, 1010 Wins this morning, to listen to news radio, and hear them read the quote where Donald Trump called Stormy Daniels horseface. And then literally the next sentence is, later on this afternoon, Donald Trump will be presenting the Medal of Honor to this soldier, blah, blah, blah. And it's like the guy who called her horseface gets to present the Medal of Honor to somebody else. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
What a time to be alive.
It's incredible.
It is incredible. The president called a porn star horseface because he didn't like her.
Yep. Well, because also she's blabbing. And because she's suing him and he won and he's gloating. Now I can go after her. I like the fact that he's not even a second-rate lawyer. He's a third-rate lawyer.
There's not that many presidents that gloat, especially about personal things. Most of the time when presidents gloat, they'll gloat about the country, stuff like that, the society, but not about their personal victories in court against porn stars that they
Probably fucked.
Probably fucked.
Yeah, almost definitely fucked.
Yeah.
And I don't care that he fucked. All right, he didn't cheat. He cheated. That's not nice. So what?
Right, exactly. Nobody's shocked. And let's sit there.
No, people who hate him are pretending to be shocked.
Of course.
Stop.
Because there's never been a president that's cheated on his wife before.
Well, hold on a minute.
This is, by the way, he did answer your question. You asked yesterday. You posed the question: do you think that Trump is going to let Stormy Daniels off the hook?
Yep.
I believe this is the clip of what he said.
So you frequently tweet about partisan attacks on the president, and as you know, Donald Trump.
Oh, this isn't the clip. Where's the Trump clip? Do you have it? It's the third clip.
It's at the end.
That was the clip that was on the end. So
That's the last one.
yeah, no, that's usually what the end means, but that would be the last one that I just played.
Oh, now.
Troy's got it.
It's the last email that he sent you. Trump legal fees. Okay, all right, knocking it out of the park.
That took 2 days.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't think he's a serious person. He's not. The lawyer, I don't think, because I just beat him in a big case.
By the way, you're going to have her pay the
In fact, he has to pay me legal fees.
She does?
I don't think he has any money, but he and she have to pay me a lot of legal fees, and it's based
You're
on
going to hold them accountable for that?
Based on Texas law. I love Texas. Based on Texas law, where the legal fees are nice and plentiful.
And you'll hold them.
Pause for a second.
I hadn't heard that.
Oh, it's the best. Based on
Nice
Texas
and plentiful.
Texas law, where legal fees are nice and plentiful. The word is plentiful, but he added in that extra Y sound, so the word plenty is in there. That was not a mispronunciation. That was deliberate.
When he said, I'm going to go after them in the great state of Texas, I did not understand that was a reference to the legal fees.
You know what?
I thought that meant that was where the other case was being tried or something. I didn't get that.
No.
Can we hear that again?
The legal fees in Texas, you may not know this, Jim, but they're nice and plentiful.
The great state. But then again, here's how you know he hates them. When does a guy ever happy that legal fees are plentiful?
Right. No. Yeah, he's psyched about this.
How many times he's probably been on the phone? How much, you cocksuckers? You're overcharging me.
But this time, after all the money that Donald Trump has spent on lawyers, he likes the idea that he's going to have a little bit coming in from creepy porn lawyer.
He's going to make this one hurt.
He is. Yes, he is.
But he and she have to pay me a lot of legal fees, and it's based
You're
on
hold them accountable for that?
Based on Texas law. I love Texas. Based on Texas law, where the legal fees are nice and plentiful.
And you'll hold them to that?
Are you serious? Of course.
I'm just asking.
Wouldn't you be disappointed if I said no? They'll pay a lot.
Are you serious? Of course. He was on Trish Regan's show on Fox Business yesterday saying this. I mean, just amazing. It's so great. Are you serious? Of course. Nice and plentiful.
Yeah.
He is focusing more on, if you're looking at it from an outsider's perspective, he appears to be focusing far more on making it hurt for creepy porn lawyer than making sure what happens in Saudi happens.
100%. He's angrier at them than he is at the Saudis for cutting this guy's fingers off.
You know why?
Then again, the guy worked for the fucking Amazon Washington Post.
That's right. That's right. Oh, big deal. Some fake news reporter got his fingers cut off. You hear about what happened with Stormy? I'm going to get plentiful amounts for my legal fees. And it's not even like he doesn't stand to profit from it, right? Because they're his legal fees. So he's not making money off of it, but he just likes to know that Avenatti is losing money. And Stormy
Will
Daniels
Avenatti have to pay too? How does that work? Or is it just her, or is it Avenatti?
He said they both have to pay, is what he said. And I believe our great president.
Maybe he doesn't know.
He should. I'm sure he knows. If he knows anything, it's the law and lawsuits.
He's got a very large brain.
He does. He does.
So I'm sure he knows.
And they're gonna have to pay me for every measurement of my very large brain.
Wow. They are not happy. Avenatti is not happy.
No, he didn't see it going this way.
No, he did not. He did not see losing the legal fees.
Well, here's the issue. That was a frivolous lawsuit. It was stupid to tack that on.
Yep.
If you wanna bring the NDA to court,
it's one thing.
You can. I mean, it's $150,000, but keep it to that. Like, people love to get greedy.
They get greedy, and they probably thought that he would pay them, or they would just be one more thing they piled on.
No, just get the W on what you can get the W on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, now you've set a precedent, and other judges are going to be like, "Oh, this is creepy porn lawyer."
You look awful.
Right. He loves to go on Tucker Carlson and get insulted. He loves to file lawsuits. Who's going to take? What judge is going to take him seriously?
Yeah. He was on Wolf Blitzer again. Yeah, CNN is embarrassing with how many times they have this guy on.
They keep putting him on?
It's endless. Fucking endless. Wolf Blitzer got the big scoop.
What was the scoop?
Who knows? Nothing.
Nothing.
It's more shit.
Has he ever delivered a real scoop?
I can't remember if he ever has. I think him getting involved in the Kavanaugh hearing was terrible.
Yeah, it went nowhere, all of his Kavanaugh stuff.
Went nowhere, and they said it hurt Kavanaugh's. The people who hated Kavanaugh actually helped Kavanaugh.
Yeah, because it piled on. It's the same thing as this thing, right? Yeah. He just thinks he can pile on. What happens is, like, those accusations come out, and it's like, whoa, like, we don't have anything that proves these accusations. These are way over the top. And it makes the initial accusers look bad. The same way, even if the first court case has merit for Stormy, the fact that he's piling on with bullshit is making the first case that actually had some merit look bad, and that's going to be that.
What did let's see what he said.
You want to get the scoop from creepy porn lawyer on Wolf Blitzer's show?
Creepy porn lawyer.
213-8000.
You know what the best was?
He hates the fact that's stuck.
Oh my god! Do you? And he goes on. Do you
think Horseface will stick?
Horseface is sticking. You think Tucker Carlson is gonna? It's gonna.
Yep.
The equestrian faced. When he went on Tucker, and Tucker said, "You asked me to not refer to you as any unflattering nicknames. I said no to that." And under him, there's a chyron right under him that says "creepy porn lawyer." Oh, all right. Let's see what Wolf had to say.
Crowing over a judge's dismissal of a defamation lawsuit by Stormy Daniels. On Twitter, the president suggests he'll take legal action against the adult film star, calling her, quote, horseface, and calling her lawyer third rate. They're both punching back hard. Joining us now, Michael Avenatti, he's the attorney.
Joining us now, the aforementioned third-rate lawyer.
There's 2 other people couldn't make it.
Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Wolf.
All right, so you hit back very quickly against the president today, calling him, and I'm quoting you now, a disgusting misogynist and an embarrassment to the United States. Is this just about helping your client, or is this beginning to get personal for you?
Well, Wolf, I think it's been personal for a while for both my client and myself. But more importantly, Wolf, I mean, this is a disgrace. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. Never in my lifetime did I think that I would witness behavior like this from the president of the United States. I'm a father to 2 daughters, and I know many of your viewers are also fathers and mothers.
That's just, no one gives a shit.
Do you think his daughters are embarrassed by him a little bit?
You know,
Dad, why do you keep going on TV?
They think he's cool being on TV, but that doesn't matter. You're not rallying the troops.
Cool.
They don't think he's cool for being on TV.
No, he's creepy porn lawyer.
The kids at school call their dad creepy porn lawyer. Yeah. You don't think that would stick at school? Of course, to their face. I would do that all the time. If I was in high school and I found out creepy porn lawyer's daughter was in my school, do you know how often I would reference creepy porn lawyer?
CPL! Just walk by in the hallways. Lives suck.
Hey, creepy porn daughters. It would be horrible.
High school is the worst.
It's
That's
horrendous.
not cool, Dad.
No.
It's high school students. How he's got daughters? How who knows how old they are?
Let me tell you something.
They might be 6 and 5.
If they're,
I hope they are for their sake.
Yeah, if they're 6 and 5, they're safe. If they're anything above
10,
I was going to say the same thing. If they're above 10 years old, they're fucked. They're above 10 years old, it's bad news.
Oh no! In May, his estranged wife described him as hot-tempered. He seems like he's hot-tempered.
You think so?
But you know, what is your ex going to say? That you're a great guy?
You always want a lawyer who goes like, "No, this is personal." Because why would you want a lawyer to just conduct it like it's business? You want a lawyer to be emotional, right?
Wow, he's got money though. Avenatti has money, man.
Not for long. He's going to have to pay a lot of plentiful legal fees.
So they are plentiful.
Yeah, plentiful.
Plentiful.
Yeah, because of the great state of Texas. Who knew legal fees were more expensive in Texas? I didn't know.
I didn't know, but they have a lot of high-powered oil lawyers down there.
Oh, yeah.
There's probably a lot of good attorneys in Texas.
Now, I bet Trump picked the best of the best.
You bet he did.
He's going to...
One of his daughters is 15.
That's okay. That sucks for her.
Yeah.
I feel really badly for her. Because that's not cool. Creepy porn lawyer is not cool.
His wife is gorgeous, by the way.
Gorgeous. Wow. Creepy porn lawyer.
His wife is gorgeous.
He doesn't come across as a cool guy. He doesn't.
No, but if he's got that kind of money and that kind of ex-wife, I respect him.
Tucker Carlson mocked him to his face.
Oh my God, is she attractive?
She really is.
It's strange. I mean that they are
They don't talk.
Oh, they don't need more, though. But, I mean, are they back together?
No, it was strange. Why would they
no,
be?
because that was an old court paper. I mean, maybe they are now. Holy shit, she's hot. All right, well, yeah, I guess his daughter's old enough to know what's going on.
Oh, my God.
But I just don't I don't need that argument when you're saying, I have daughter. It's like, that's not, it doesn't, come on.
Yeah,
I mean, look what Clinton did.
Right.
Stop it. I mean, they're all pigs. I don't think Obama was a pig. Maybe Nixon wasn't. I mean, I heard he had a Chinese mistress, but maybe he wasn't a pig.
That's what the rumor was?
That was what I heard, yeah. That he had
It didn't
some
seem
mistress.
like, honestly, for all his shortcomings... that
Bush was not a pig.
I was about to say that. George W. did not strike me as a pig.
Reagan was older. He was not a pig. But the younger guys are always slobs.
I don't think George H.W. or George W. were pigs.
No. But obviously JFK was. Obviously Clinton was a fucking hound dog.
Yeah. George W. was not old, was he?
No, but
he just like that. He was just a fun guy.
It wouldn't surprise me if George W. had a mistress, but he was quiet about it if he did.
And like one mistress.
One.
He didn't have a harem.
And HW is just making up for it now.
Oh, HW.
Grabbing assholes all over town.
Loves to put him in.
Put his thumb in my asshole during a picture.
Here's something you might not know about George H.W. Bush. He loves slanging dick.
Yeah, he said, look at my socks, and then he shoved his thumb in my asshole.
That's right. That's right.
By the way, we have Bill Burr and Mark Norman coming in today. I'm going to be interested to talk about Saudi Arabia to Bill. Because Bill's big on conspiracies and going into the rabbit hole. I'd be interested to hear his take on this.
Yeah. It should be really good. You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's do that and tell some jokes.
During the break?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Why?
We don't even have to talk during the break.
I tell jokes.
Well,
rehearse what we're going to say next.
Why don't you tell a joke for the audience on the way to break?
I'm heading to Houston tomorrow for Friday's show. San Antonio is Saturday. I think I have that order right. Go to my website. And then Seattle, Parlor Live, is the following week.
And then hit us with one of the jokes.
Hey, it's good to be here in Seattle.
Right.
I mean, you guys have seasonal affective disorder. That's sad. Too bad you don't have something that spells out happy. You guys wouldn't be so sad.
I was waiting for the joke.
What was it?
Just
These guys are going to break. Not even kidding. We'll be right back.
SiriusXM presents David Cross and the Oh Come On World Tour. From California to Colorado and everywhere in between.
They have a luggage store inside the airport. The last place on the planet you would ever need to purchase a suitcase.
It's David Cross and the Oh Come On World Tour. November 8th at Asbury Hall in Buffalo. November 9th at Bardavon Opera House in Poughkeepsie. November 10th at BAM in Brooklyn. Get your tickets now at officialdavidcross.com. Powered by SiriusXM.
SiriusXM's volume celebrates its second anniversary the only way we know how, with an unfiltered, unedited conversation about music, featuring record company icon Jason Flom and legendary music blogger Bob Lefsetz, debating the issues that matter most in today's music business, from getting signed to getting paid and everything in between. Bob Lefsetz versus Jason Flom. No holds barred. Today at 7 p.m. East, 4 p.m. West.
On Volume, the only 24/7 talk channel about music.
Have you watched the value of your house continue to go up? Maybe it's time to put that equity to work while rates are still fairly low. Americans have over $5.5 trillion in tappable equity that can be used for many things like paying off very high credit cards, student loans, remodel your house, or add that pool your kids have begged you for. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial. Let us put you in a position to do any of these things with no closing costs. That's right, nothing's rolled into your loan, whether it's conventional, FHA, or VA, will pay your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. Or maybe you just want to refinance out of your mortgage insurance with no closing costs. Think about it. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to see how we can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year. So call Westland at 888-615-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 888-615-3669. 888-615-3669. That's 888-615-3669.
Lennox Financial Mortgage Corp. DBA Westland. NMLS 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Message and data rates may apply.
Guys, this may be the last time you ever have to think about hair loss. Because I'm telling you, Bosley is the real deal. They're giving men their hair back permanently. Their real hair. All it takes to get started on the hair gain train is a single text message. You'll get an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card when you text KIT33 to 85850. Check them out now. Bosley will show you for free.
You to enjoy 3 of her best.
At the time, was a huge fan of his, and she
#1 ball in golf. 8.5 minutes of commercials and you're just going to change it now? No need. We're back live right now.
I don't like this song.
What's happening?
It's a great song.
Jim yesterday sent me a text that said...
Alejandro.
Look, I love this song too.
It's great.
Here's the thing about Lady Gaga. I'm in the Little Monsters Club too. Everybody remembers this. It's been a while for me. But those first couple albums, fire!
Yeah.
First album.
But then also the
bad, Bad Romance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that song.
Jim sent me a text yesterday that said the word chillin', and it was an embarrassing and old photo of him and Sean Paul together. He was still like kind of fat Jim. Not like
chubbier.
Yeah, not like, but he was like transitioning down, but he hadn't finished his physical transformation. Sean Paul was just clearly not his friend hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Like it was as posed a celebrity photo as you can get.
Yeah, I did that because the girl I was dating at the time was a huge fan of his, and she's the one who turned me on to him. And Jen. And
oh my gosh, no wonder you're so friends with
That's
her.
how long ago that was. I saw her yesterday. She's in town. It's nice to see her.
Why? Because you guys just talk about how great Sean Paul is?
She doesn't talk about him anymore. She's moved on.
gotten over it?
She's moved on.
So do you ever did you have to figure that out?
I forget. I don't think of it. I would love to mention Sean Paul to her. I think she's like, yeah, I like a couple of the albums. But
yeah, I don't know what we're talking about here.
Oh, I was trying to find. I was on my phone yesterday looking through. My buddy Dennis Hoff died.
Rest in peace to Dennis Hoff. Pour one out.
Yeah, he was died. He died doing what we all love.
I'm sorry. Rest easy. That's what we say now. Rest easy, Dennis Hoff.
The last thing Dennis did, they said, was he took. I think her name was Dasha Dare. She's I guess a girl who worked at the Bunny Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
It was his 72nd birthday. It was his second party that he was having to celebrate.
And he's hanging out with Ron Jeremy.
They were best friends.
Ron Jeremy's the one that found him.
Yeah. And he took her into his room, and I guess they fucked. She said they had sex, and the next morning, Ron went in to get him up, and he wasn't moving. And Ron said he ripped the sheet off, like they would do this weird thing where he would just rip the sheet off. And he was. By the way, that photo of me where it was me and Ron, like the girl, Ron's fuck your girl, and she's sucking my dick at the porn awards.
Yeah.
Dennis took that photo.
Oh.
Dennis Hoff took that picture. It was his room. I went up to.
That's a devil's triangle.
Yes, pretty much.
Or am I thinking of the drinking game?
No, you're thinking of the real Devil's Triangle.
I see.
That was January of 2004.
It was you, Ron Jeremy,
and a girl.
Yeah,
that Ron was having sex with. And he said, this is the famous story. He said, hey, she needs a cock in her mouth. And I asked her, and she was like, yeah, come
and you
here.
had one.
I did, and she had a mouth, and she was very willing. I mean, I was easy for her.
Perfect.
After dealing with Ron. And it only lasted for a few minutes, but then Dennis took the pictures and sent them. I'm so grateful he took those pictures.
Is that one of your favorite celebrity photos?
My favorite.
It is.
I'll never get a better one than that.
Did you ever think about getting it signed?
No, because I know Ron for so many years, and
Plus, what are you going to do? Hang it up?
Sure.
You would hang it up in your house?
Yeah.
Your penis is on display. It's in a girl's mouth.
Exactly.
A little tough to explain that one away. You bring a girl home.
Well, everybody knows what it is. Is that your dick? Yeah.
And she's like, "What's that? What's that a picture of?" Like you meet a girl on Tinder, and she, what's that? What's that photo? Is that
wow?
Is that Ron Jeremy and you? Heidi Fleiss is hanging out with them. All the people.
She was his domestic partner, I think. Dasha Dare. Wow, is she hot?
Heidi Fleiss was his partner.
I think his domestic partner. They're saying, yeah. I guess they might have just been like a friendship couple. They were so close, I'm sure, for all those years.
That's amazing.
Maybe they fucked. I don't know.
Just the powerhouses of brothels.
And and Dennis was running for office, and he was always very nice to me. It's funny. I never went to that ranch. He invited me probably 50 times to go out there, and I just never. I don't know why I never did. I just never did. I would just, he'd come to New York, and I would see him because he would always have. He had a couple of the girls who were like regular girlfriends, and they would come to the cellar, and he would just hang out. He loved comedians, and he'd go and watch the show. And it was pretty.
That's weird that you never went.
Never went.
You would have thought that you would have taken the trip. I mean, it's kind of a trek from Vegas. Like it's not like it's in Vegas proper. Like it's a couple hours away, right?
Yeah, I guess it is. I just, I would see him in L.A. sometimes. I remember we did with Mancow was there and Rogan and myself, and this was back when we were off the radio, 2003. We did that thing for Bob Zamuda. Did that. Tony Clifton, they had this whole tribute to Andy Kaufman, where after from the Comedy Store we performed, and I think Bob Odenkirk did it, and then after that, all these fans walked by Andy's old house. It was like the 20th anniversary of his death. I forget exactly
his house near the club.
It was within walking distance, and it was.
Whoever lives there now must have been so pissed.
Oh, and yeah, unless
it's annoying.
Unless they know it's Andy's place. I want to say it was 2003 because I think Andy died in '83. Can we see when Andy died? I want to say it was the 20th anniversary of his death. That's from LA at 6. No,
that's from Vegas. It's a 6.5-hour drive from Vegas. Okay,
wow.
So no wonder it's up. It's up closer to like San Francisco.
I did not realize it was that. Wow, I thought it was 2 hours.
It's not too far from Sacramento. Like it's probably 2 hour, an hour and a half to 2 hours away from Sacramento, but nowhere near Vegas. Wow.
You have to take a flight. And when did Kaufman die?
He died in '84.
Oh, 84. So was it 2004? Maybe it was. Yeah, we didn't go on till October of 04, right? So it must have been 2004 that I did that thing. And it was Dennis was always very nice to me, and
they never did. They say what he died of?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna guess it was a fucking Viagra heart attack.
You think so?
I mean, come on, he's 72. He fucked a lot. He drank. I don't know how well he ate. He didn't look like he was a little heavier, but he wasn't that overweight.
He was a big guy, but he wasn't
like. Dude. That's a big dude, yeah.
But you didn't see him and get worried.
No. And he had that show on HBO, The Cat House, for 12 seasons.
Yeah.
12 seasons.
Yeah, and that was before a lot of this. A lot of that was all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was a show about a brothel before.
Yeah.
A lot of that was going on. So yeah.
So
rest in peace, Dennis.
Yeah.
Rest easy. Rest easy, we say to Dennis Hoff. Here, Pete Davidson's. Apparently, he got his ring back.
Oh, did he really? I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
They said he spent $93,000 on his ring for Ariana Grande. She made her first public appearance since the breakup yesterday or something at some TV taping or something. And yes, she gave the ring back to Pete Davidson, and I guess they had a pet pig together. And she gets to keep the pet pig. If I bought a girl a $93,000 engagement ring and also a pig, I would also make that deal.
I don't know. Pigs are cool. I'd like a pig.
Well, yeah, no, pigs are cool, but hey,
Sam.
But she said, "Can you go? Let me read that again." I'm sure she like.
You wanted that so badly, Travis. That's why you brought pigs up again.
3.3 carat diamond set in platinum, was a one of a kind, made specifically for Grande. It took weeks to complete. We're told that there was no struggle over who'd keep it. He bought it in contemplation of marriage, and she was, I'm sure she's not an awful person. She's probably just like, because she has a lot more money than Pete does.
She didn't need the $93,000.
No, and that's just not. I don't know why they broke up. I did a Piggy, Piggy Smalls, a teacup pig.
That's a fun name for a pig.
Yeah, very cute.
The notorious P.I.G.
It was hers from the get-go, so she's keeping it. No fight over the pig. If they say, look, I'll keep the pig, you get $93,000, I'd be like, good luck to it. Good luck to the little fella.
It says Davidson got a tattoo of Piggy Smalls on his torso shortly after she became part of their family. Yeah, he got a whole bunch of Ariana Grande tattoos, right? Because he covered up the tattoo of Larry David's daughter when he was dating her. Yeah, he covered that one up with some trees or something. So, I don't know. I mean, Troy, you have more tattoos, than most people. Do you think if you get a relationship tattoo that you need to cover it up, or is it okay to be like, yeah, that was then, like, it's kind of symbolic of what it was?
I mean, most people get it covered up. I mean, it's a bad idea to do in the first place.
Yeah.
Right.
It's almost like the kiss of death.
That's what people say, right?
Yeah.
She got tattoos of him, too?
Yeah, like one behind her ear or something.
Yeah, it's one of those things. They said that it was what was that article that just said that was the breaking point was the death of Mac Miller?
Yeah, that's what I thought from the beginning.
It just said, what article is that?
I don't know. See where the.
It just said that was the breaking point. And go.
I read it in an article yesterday.
You did, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? They said it was a long time coming. Who knows? That's a stressful fucking relationship. You know what I mean? You're both. I mean, she was the most famous person on earth, and Pete's pretty well known too. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, you're just engaged. Oh, yeah, everywhere you go.
Pete became way more famous because of the relationship. Like
he'll stay more famous too.
No, for sure. But I think when you involve relationship into celebrity, the whole thing just becomes colossally more famous.
Because everything you're under is under a microscope, but every single thing you do, the amount of stress, the fact that you have to act a certain way in public, you can't even if you're annoyed at each other, you can't express it in public.
I want to hide in my house all the time now. I can't imagine if I had that kind of eyes on anything I was doing. I would never leave the house, ever.
Pete will. I'm sure he's bummed out now, but he will be. He will always have. Every girl he dates for the rest of his life will know.
Oh yeah,
that he was a bad enough motherfucker to be engaged to Ariana Grande. So don't fuck up.
Exactly. I would leave the Pete Davidson Ariana Grande song on every girl that you hook up with, all on their YouTube browser. If they go to the bathroom, open up their laptop, go to YouTube, put up the Pete Davidson song, just so it's right there, just so you remember. This is my status.
They were engaged. It wasn't like he just went out with her for a little while. They were engaged.
That's right.
So every girl, do you think he's going to have his pick of beautiful women after this?
Oh, my God.
Swimming in pussy.
He's got years and years.
30 years of fucking hot girls.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't get fat, which I'm sure he won't.
You know what? For guys, even
Maybe
if he got chubby,
Yeah,
it wouldn't really matter.
Nah, if you're funny, you can.
Exactly. And Pete's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a really funny comic.
So it wouldn't matter at all.
I love Pete, though. I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah. I bet he is. He'll be just fine.
I think that's the spotlight. I mean, look, he's used to the spotlight, but I think being a stand-up, it was like after a while, you don't want every joke under a fucking microscope.
Right.
Like, oh, Christ, they're going to dig this one up. Hey,
That's
Mark.
tough. What do you smell, Mark? Yeah. What do you know? What do you smell?
No one farted. Honestly, it's probably eggs. No one farted.
You can feel it.
Yeah, it's probably the eggs. We had a nice egg breakfast.
It's coming anyway. Whatever you want to do.
All right.
Or actually, Rob would know better. He does the camera
Hey
stuff.
guys, what'd I miss?
We were just talking about Pete Davidson, Ariana Grande, and Pete getting his $93,000 ring back.
Ooh, he got the ring.
He got the ring.
Good
That's
for
what they
him.
reported. He got the ring back.
I figured that why would she keep that? That's just shitty. I mean, a
point.
girl should give the ring back, and if you make that kind of money, why would you keep it?
I agree.
Pete's a good egg.
He is.
Well, he got out easy, I think.
What do you mean?
That was going to get a lot worse the longer it was a thing.
It seems like it's hard. I've never been in a relationship like that, but it seems like it's fucking really difficult.
Really? You've never dated like the hottest pop star there is? I can't believe it. I'm glad you clarified that.
Some things are probably not necessary to state, but we may have new listeners.
You fucked Tiffany.
He was also very eager to share everything on air. Like when he was on Howard, he just constantly talked about it and how she's way out of his league. I'm sure that kind of gets a little annoying to her.
Oh, meaning that like at first it's cute that like you're putting me up on this pedestal, but eventually I want to be in a relationship of equals.
Yeah.
I get that.
And it just seemed like every interview that you would see him in.
But it's
he was talking about it.
It's so tough because if you're dating Ariana Grande, like how do you not feel like that?
Yeah, but it just seemed like constant bragging.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It is.
Because
I want to hear about it.
And I get it, but don't you think that would get annoying to her?
Maybe. Like, I'll say this: people want to know that you're dating. That you're dating an equal. Like, you don't want to be, no matter who you are in a relationship, and have the other person go, oh my God, that. And then you're like, well, then why am I with this person? I should go for somebody who it's hard for me to get.
Yeah, at first it's like, it can be endearing, but pretty quickly you go, oh, you're convincing me that I can do better.
Then again, she fucking got a tattoo of him and she wrote a song. Pete probably put it down pretty well.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pete's all cock.
Yeah.
Do you think that helped?
Yeah. And he's good looking and funny. Yeah, forget it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have one of those things.
I'm not sure about that.
You know what? I'm over 3. You're correct.
Yeah, Jim was also saying it must have been frustrating, and he's probably right, for Pete to be in this relationship that was so famous that he couldn't go out and do stand-up without every single joke. Now it's Ariana Grande's boyfriend, fiance, husband, whatever, says Trump this or girls this or Me Too that. It's like,
and then every joke you're like, is he talking about her clit?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't.
That's a great point.
It's sex. So that's a lot of pressure that you don't need.
God, that would suck.
Yeah. So I imagine I'm sure he's bummed, but I'm sure he's in a weird way relieved. Like, all right, I get my life.
Yeah.
He's much more famous than he was. The women will be lining up for the next 30 years.
Yeah, and he's still young.
He's still young, and he's on SNL. You know, he's not going anywhere.
Got the world by the balls.
He does. Yeah.
He does.
I hope he knows that.
I don't think he does. He doesn't seem happy.
No?
No.
But did he before?
But then again, what comics do you know that you go, oh my God, that's an overjoyed comic?
Oh, I'm not saying overjoyed. I'm just saying he doesn't seem chipper.
What's that?
Does he seem specifically unhappy now, though? Like it's just a...
That was the first one.
That was the eggs.
That was the first one.
All right. I just can't wait to, get some details, like describe her majora and menorah.
Right.
I want the scoop.
So you're giving him a little bit of time to grieve, and then it's like, okay, Pete.
I already texted him.
You did?
There's no time.
You want to know now?
Yes, that's top shelf snooch.
How's your relationship going? We talked about it a lot the last time you were on.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Did you hear any of the show?
No, she
Okay,
doesn't
good.
have enough money for Sirius.
And
But
you're not. Can you help her out with that, or?
I got Roland on it, but he's been flaking.
No, I see.
They're a little chintzy with the free subscriptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, probably better. Sometimes better off.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. And you know, we don't have a car, so no one sits at home and just puts on Sirius, do they?
Yeah,
Well,
on the app.
On the app a little bit.
On the app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let her know there's an app.
No.
She doesn't need to know.
No.
There's a problem with the app. Everything's on demand as well.
Well, I've been trying to go off therapy a little bit.
Why?
Break free. Just because I feel like I was doing good and everything's fine, but boy, I've been hit with a wave of sadness. So
Why?
I don't know. It just comes and goes. So I'm just trying to, I do it here.
I see. But isn't therapy like medication? Like
Yeah, it's very good for you.
Very good.
Like when you start to feel better, that doesn't mean you're like,